Good afternoon. Welcome to this week's edition of the Risk Safeguard Advantage podcast. I'm John Bielik, here to talk to you today about preparation for the busy season ahead. And I say busy season referencing the construction industry, but I think what we're all feeling and what we all know is coming is that this is going to be a busy season for every business, regardless of industry. Part of that is the labor shortage. Every business and every industry is facing their own particular challenges with labor shortages and trying to make do the best they can and continue to move forward with their businesses. But I want to talk to you about preparation this morning because it follows a industry event that I went to for the construction industry where there was some banter back and forth in the room between some government officials that will be responsible for getting work out there for the construction industry, and a shot back at the moderator with the question, can you handle it? That to me sounds like a challenge, but what I know from working with most of my clients in every industry, if you give them an opportunity to grow their business and put their people to work, they can handle it. And I think that's the difference between a government official and a private business owner. The private business owner is going to figure out a way to make it happen. And that's what I want to talk about today, of preparation for the season ahead. And I talk about construction a lot in my podcasts and my postings, not because that's all that we care about. Every industry has its own unique set of risks and their own set of challenges that they face. But construction is one of the riskiest. You know, if I look at statistics, construction workers are injured at a rate 71% higher than other industries. They're also 3 times as more likely to have a fatality in their workforce as other industries. So if we are able to solve risk to workers in the construction industry and overlay that against other industries, it's going to be great because we're working with a group that is 3 times more at risk of having a workplace fatality. So we talk about preparation, and my question for you is not can you handle the busy season ahead? It's what are you doing to prepare? What are you doing to prepare your people? We're living in new times and new challenges and new risks. Are we preparing for this season ahead the same way that we've always prepared? What are we doing differently in our preparation on the day-to-day front of our workforce? Last week, we talked about mental well-being, and I know it's not a popular subject and it's a challenging one for employers to handle. But my question is your preparation, whether it's daily, weekly, and your safety huddles, are you taking a look at mental health of your employee population? Are you showing engagement with your workforce, something we're going to talk about in the weeks ahead? Are you engaging with your workforce about their mental well-being? If you're not, you're missing the boat, folks, because the statistics will tell you that it's a real problem, not just in the construction industry, but every industry. Following last week, I did some research, and studies show someone who's exposed to a moderate level of stress, which we all have been exposed to in the last 24 months, frankly, is 40% more likely to have a workplace accident. Do you want that to be one of your team members? Now that you're short-staffed, somebody out on workers' comp helping your business? No. So we can't prepare for the busy season ahead and for our day-to-day grind the same way we always have. It's new world, new circumstances, new challenges, new things to think about, and that's why we have to think differently. So I want to challenge you all today to think a little differently about your workforce. What can you do to engage with that workforce so that they're thinking a little differently when they come to work? The world itself has required them to think differently every day, think about challenges in a different respect than they have previously in the last 24 months. What are you doing to challenge your workforce to think differently as they get into work? Employee engagement studies show engagement is the number one factor in motivated employees, not raises, not bonuses. Employer engagement, concern for their well-being, interest in them, appreciation for them. Are you doing any of this to prepare your workforce for what could be a very busy season ahead for businesses? Those that figure this out are going to gain an advantage over those that don't. Just like anything, you're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. You're not staying where you are. So the world has presented us with a new opportunity to engage with our workforce over a subject that previously we didn't want to engage in: mental well-being. And that's what you all need to think about today, is how are you going to engage your workforce, show them that you care. Today I talked about exercise in one of my LinkedIn posts. Have you talked to your workforce about their wellness, their health, their exercise, their diets? Are you giving them information they can use to be healthier? Not talking about recreating the wheel here, folks, or rocket science. These are simple things that matter to your workforce, to your production machine. Whether you're in construction, manufacturing, transportation, does not matter. All those people go home to someone they love usually, and those people that they love rely on them to earn a good wage. If you show them you care about them going home at the end of the day in the same condition they arrived in, and by the way, equip them with some tools that while they're home, they can better themselves health-wise, what better way to engage our employees right now? Show them you care. Show them that you want them to be healthy. You're going to see it on your bottom line. And that's part of why we talk about these subjects. Risks are typically something an insurance professional or a risk consultant would tell you to avoid. Some of these risks are things that we can take and leverage into opportunities. Opportunities to grow our company, opportunities to grow our top and bottom line revenue. Right now, with a shrunken workforce in various industries, you're going to have to figure out a way to extract more from your people. Well, if you're running them ragged on one side of the coin and not giving a damn about them on the other, what's the likelihood of that succeeding long term? That's what we're talking about, folks, building opportunity out of the risk in the world today. So I want to challenge you, busy season ahead. What are you doing to prepare your team to perform in their absolute best, knowing that they're tired like yourself, knowing that they're stressed like yourself? What are you taking the initiative of as leadership of your company so that your people go out there and give it their best day in and day out? That's all for this week. Have a great week. Be safe. Be well.